All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, July the 8th, 2026. And boy, oh boy, what a week we are having out here, ladies and gents. All right, welcome to Unveiled Vibrations podcast with your boy, yours truly, TD McCollum here. Tonight I got a few things that I want to discuss. Can y'all believe that it was just the 4th of July weekend? It literally just happened. My gosh. I can't believe it. Absolutely bonkers. And now here we are. 7 days away from yours truly's B-Day. We'll get things started in just a minute. Right now, I want to give a shout out to the chat. Tonight, we have the lovely Lady Virgos here with us. She says, "Hey, everyone. Good evening. Good evening to you, my dear. Glad to see you here in a place to be, which is here with me on Unveiled Vibrations." She says, "Good evening to you. Happy Wednesday." Right. It just seems like the other day, 4th of July. It was just the other day. Ladies and gents, also in the comments, I have dropped the link for any of you which wants to come up and talk about something that you saw, in addition to what I am about to present. So, buckle up, hold on tight. We're going to get things started. Be right back. The madness, everyone. Oh, the madness that we have outside today. It's crazy, man. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Glad to see y'all here. Here's me, DD. I got my buddy old pal Destin Butler here with me. Hey, what's happening, buddy?
What's happening, everybody?
Good to see you here this evening, man.
Good to see you. I love you all very much.
Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love indeed. Oh man,
What's going on, Tyrone?
not much, man. How your 4th of July was, man?
It wasn't very good, to be honest.
Oh no,
It wasn't very good.
was it as hot there as it was down here?
Yes,
Yikes!
we had major heat warnings, and we also had fire warnings. Um, and the reason we had a fire warning is because the ground is so dry because of the heat.
Oh
So
my,
we've had a lot of we've had a hot weekend and a very hot summer. We also had a lot of tornadoes this summer. As
hmm
we've had major uh, records this year already, and I don't know.
man,
I hope it don't continue this on this path. But if it does, you guys are going to know about it.
definitely was something that I saw coming.
Sure.
Uh, my heart is with everybody that's affected by these storms because of how severe every bone in my body felt these storms were going to be. And the yeah, like I pray for everybody's safety through every storm and
Mm-hmm.
that you lack for nothing throughout that storm, man. Like the power comes back on swiftly, everything.
Okay. Well, we didn't lose power this time around, but
Hmm.
last time we did, it was
Thank God.
very very hot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. Man, some of the stuff that I was seeing over the weekend.
hmm I have updates on a lot of the Nancy Guthrie situation.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
and there's something that I need to possibly talk to you about, Tyrone. Um, there's a lot of things going on. uh, you know, there's something that I was made aware of over the past weekend, and yeah, it's been a rough weekend for me, but I'm getting through it as well. So yeah, we're gonna push through it as we always do, and we will get through this. So yeah. Um,
Um,
if I get emotional, I do apologize, people, but I'm very emotional today, and we will push through this.
yeah. One of the things that I'm tracking and following,
Sure.
uh, slightly close, but um,
Well, I
that
like
kind of
that.
ticked me off.
Right.
Recently, there was an Olympian that was visiting Washington D.C. Um, and he stopped by the reflecting pool and pulled a piece of the paint out of the water that had already been peeled.
Yeah, I've seen
Um,
that, and that was
and
aggravating.
what's so crazy about it is they arrested him and want to give him 10 years for that. But all of these January Sixers got pardoned and
Yeah,
released.
that kind of ticked me off too.
You know,
To be honest with you.
somebody that is held in high regard as a United States Olympic gold medal winner
Hmm.
is being treated like a criminal
Right.
versus the real criminals.
Mm.
That kind of ticks me off, man.
Right.
Like, what kind of country is this?
And you have a right to
Where,
be. I'm ticked off too, so you have a right to be ticked off.
like, where the president made this grave mistake of deciding to paint the reflection pool. As a Washingtonian, a native to the Washington, D.C. area,
Yeah.
I knew this was going to be a disaster
Mm-hmm.
because of what the daggone reflecting pool is made of.
Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you.
And
Mm-mm.
you can't just treat that thing like it's a regular swimming pool. It's not a regular swimming pool.
Right.
There's nothing regular about the reflecting pool.
Right.
If you were smart enough and you weren't thinking about the money
Yeah.
and how much money you can get from doing this, we wouldn't have these issues.
We wouldn't have a lot of issues if we didn't have the president we've had right now.
And the whole bulk of this whole thing with this reflecting pool is an ego driven disaster
Yes, it has been. It has been
because,
a disaster.
believe it or not, while Obama was in office, he tried his best to keep that
Or
thing clean. And both terms, while Trump was in office, he didn't care. The first time he was around, he did not care about that reflecting pool at all. The only reason why he knew about this time around was because he saw how much money he can get through a government contractor, allegedly, which, you know, he hired his own pool guy to this contract. No bid contract. It's a fact. That's what he did. And why? Because it's like, hey, I'm going to pay my homies.
because he wants to keep it under the he wants to keep it under wraps.
And, it has come out through other outlets out there that there was some skimming off the top of this whole contract bid. A little card shuffled under the table amongst friends.
Right.
And what come of it? Now they got to go back and fix it again, which is going to cost us more money
Right.
from the American people's pockets, because it's not like he's paying out of his own pocket for this. It's not coming out of his salary for this. It's
He
coming
doesn't
out of
care.
the U.S. Treasuries.
He doesn't care. He just wants to.
Basically,
He wants to do. He wants to. Sorry to interrupt your time, but he wants to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care about the bottom line for the American people.
which is absolutely horrible to me. And this whole 4th of July fair that he created, the 250 celebration fair, state fair thing, was another money grab
It's over our
that
president.
was disastrous because they were ill prepared for the weather. So ill prepared that these people had to seek shelter at the African American Museum.
Right.
Is it one of the only places that they could get in fast enough
Right.
in the midst of the thunderstorms that. And me being a native Washingtonian, when it is a thunderstorm that come through the Washington D.C. area because it's super hot and the humidity builds up all that energy, these storms are very violent.
They're very. I've seen them before.
They can sometimes get up to tropical storm force winds with these storms during the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
especially in July in Washington D.C. area. Like
Yeah.
we, and then on top of that, Washington D.C. area's a main electric provider has struggled for decades with
Years.
maintaining power,
Mm-hmm.
especially when storms come through.
Mm-hmm.
meaning people will be without power for days.
Right. Hmm.
It's something that us Washingtonians have gotten used to
I seen
as
it.
a way of life.
Uh,
Being
Apple.
without power for 2 to 3 days whenever a thunderstorm comes through.
Yeah.
It happens. Or hours if they
Mm-hmm.
get it on quick enough. Uh, uh, Several of us used to joke about it. Whenever a storm come in, we know I'm not gonna throw their name out there. So, but this particular power company, we used to joke about how they would switch everybody lights off on purpose.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And those that know,
The reason
if you know, you know
the the,
who I'm
re, the,
talking
re,
about.
the reason why I know is because Apple has to deal with Apple deals with them on a daily
Yep.
basis. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, they became one of those tradable electric companies at one time. And
They did.
I don't know if they are still there, but
No,
yeah.
they're no longer there, Tyron.
Like at some point they had stakeholders that can, invest in the stock market for a minute. It was like,
Well,
wait a minute.
if I can, sorry, Tyron, if I can interject. I don't know if
Sure.
because I want to get to another story if I can real quick. I
Yeah.
want to. Does anybody know what happened in New York over the weekend? Um,
Ooh, that was
there was a big
interesting.
building. There was a big building that fell down. Well, almost fell down. One of the beams cracked. It was a major building, and apparently there was a bunch of stores in there, and it was a very long building. It was like a they were building onto it, and they didn't take care of they didn't take care of the building, and apparently Apple's store was in this building, and apparently there was a lot of people injured uh, in this um, in this accident happened yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
It has been all over the news um, due to there was a lot of major companies in there, and there was a lot like Dell, Apple stores,
Mhm.
Apple places were in there. Apparently, there wasn't nobody in the building at the time, but apparently one of the support beams cracked in half. So
Yikes.
they had to hurry up and try to fix it. Well, they didn't fix it, but they said it was ready to fall down. So they had to automatically evacuate all the people in the building. Yeah, apparently it didn't fall down, but they said it was close to falling down. They
Oh
said
my
that
gosh.
there's nobody in the building, you know, right now. But at the time there was when it happened during the weekend, there was a lot of people in the building. Apparently there was a lot of people in the Apple store. So as you know, it was a sad weekend for me. But you know what I mean? It's okay.
Mm.
Uh, there was a lot of injuries, but hopefully everybody's okay. A lot of people's in the hospital from it. So you know, that's just my week. That's the way my weekend was going.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Mhm.
so sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Uh, Definitely pray for those that were injured to
Hmm.
have a speedy recovery from that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lady Virgo says tomorrow is my youngest B day. Also, happy birthday
Birthday.
to the youngest.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Uh,
Hmm.
and happy early birthday to you, sir. Yeah, we'll be here next week, Wednesday, on my birthday,
Yes. Happy
July
birthday, Carol.
15th.
Hmm.
Tonight we have
Amir. Hi, Amir.
Mamir.
Yeah.
Miss Donnie herself is here. Hello, welcome. She says, "Good evening, everyone." And also, she says, "I think the building is still standing, but they had to evacuate. a lot of people because it is definitely coming down.
Yes, and apparently there was a
Mhm.
lot of at the point, my man, there was a lot of people in the building. Um, as far as what I've been told so far, there's nobody in the building. Um,
Mhm.
after the weekend, but there was a lot of people in the building at the time, and like I said, there was a lot of injuries that were
Oof.
going on with the weekend. So as we move on this week, I would like to keep them in prayers, Tyrone, and keep them in prayers because there's a lot of people that work for my company. Work for my company that was in the building, but that's not.
Mhm.
I hope everybody is okay, and I hope everybody's moving on. You know what I mean? Uh,
Right.
Apple has decided that they're not gonna, no longer going to have a store in the building after if they do rebuild the place.
Mhm.
If they
That
do if they do rebuild the place, because I don't think they're going to be. Apple does not like to be um, not safe, to be honest. I
right.
believe
They got to
Apple.
protect their investment.
Yes, they got to protect their.
Oh,
They got to protect their people,
you
and their workers at the time. So,
know, protecting their workers, protecting their property and everything. Like there's precious product in there.
right, and then they don't want to have to they don't want to have to move their stuff over because
Yeah.
it's a hassle to move a whole entire store.
Apple Store has a ton of stuff.
Right.
People like y'all don't understand how much stuff is actually there. It looks minimalistic from the outside looking in, but like
But a lot of people they keep a lot of their stuff in the back of the building because
yeah,
they keep them locked in a place.
there's a safe back there.
Yes, there is. Mhm. So,
Uh,
hmm
I've had my fair share of working with the Apple Store on repair items and everything, and speaking with them about purchasing items
hmm
that is displayed on the floor, and so I know a, l- quite a few things about how Apple Store
runs.
runs.
Right.
Shout out to the Genius Bar. Shout out to all the sales representatives,
And
and
shout out to Tim Cook, the CEO, the outcoming CEO, and shout out to Tom
yeah,
Turner,
man,
the incoming CEO. John Turnus has really took the company already. He's already took the company to the next level, and he's not even started yet. But I have seen a lot of the things that I do agree with. Tim Cook is kind of already out the picture. He's not really involved with the way after he announced it. He
yeah.
let John Turner took it completely over already, even though he's not really took it over yet in the public. But he's already doing the day-to-day scheduling. So he's really surprised me. Tyrone already coming out, but you know what I mean. I like to see what I see so far, and I hope that
Yeah.
it continues that way. And like I said, Apple has a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Um, they have a lot of interesting things, and there's something I can announce here, Tyrone. A lot
Uh-oh.
of a lot of the projects that were supposed to come out this year are not coming out until 2027 now because of the memory issue and the
Yeah.
prices. So they have announced on some of their projects have been delayed. A lot of the projects have been delayed till next year because they want to see if the prices um, continue to go up or they continue to go. I mean, they don't want to have to continue these higher prices. So I think that we're going to have a lot of fall releases this year. uh, I don't think they're talking about putting a lot of things on pause the rest of this year because of the prices. hmm But
Right.
as
Right.
as as I do know more, I can announce it here. But I do. I think that they're doing a very good job this year by keeping a close on the market because a lot of people are struggling right now. So I don't think they want to release them. If they're not ready to release them, I don't want to force them to release them. But I can see that they have made a lot of announcements that a lot of things are being postponed until 2027. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. hmm But
Yeah.
but see, I don't think that I don't think this stuff is going to be resolved overnight, Tyrone. These prices and these chips prices and these memory
Mhm.
stuff for these computers are not going to be resolved in overnight. So we got to continue. The companies got to continue to push forward um, with or without these. Well, they can't push forward without the memory chips, but they need a memory chip in order to work the computers and their devices. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But
Yeah.
as closer as the fall gets here, it's really because summer just began, so a lot of things can change between now and the fall. But as right now, Apple has announced that they're going to postpone a lot of the releases. You know what I mean? But as I if I, as I hear more, I will announce more. As long as they give me the okay to announce it. But it is sad because I had big plans this year, but apparently they're going to be pushed out till next year. We will see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We shall see. I
Mhm.
I feel like I know I had said something about this a couple weeks back where
Mhm.
the transition of power from in September it's gonna be a little rocky,
Mhm.
but then it will stabilize. I still feel that way. Like
Right.
whatever is coming out in September, October about the company is gonna rock the industry
Mm.
a little bit, and
Well,
then
see
I feel like early next year everything will kind
a
of
lot
just
of
settle and
a
fall into
lot of the
place.
things that were supposed to be announced this year has been pushed back till next year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I don't know
So
what.
like I definitely feel like next year is gonna be a bigger year for Apple than
Right.
they are actually anticipating internally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who knows? We shall see.
We will see.
We shall see. Um, one of the other things that hit me over the weekend is
Uh,
this news about this birthright citizenship
Citizenship.
being struck
Mm-hmm.
down by the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yay,
Yeah, I agree.
they finally did something right this time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you have people like Steve Bannon that have a lot to say.
Can you say the name again? Didn't hear it the first time. Remember what was that?
I mean, Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller. Yeah.
I said Stephen Bannon, but I meant Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller got a lot to say
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wanted to share that a little bit. Shout out to Baller Alert.
Nothing if it is open to everyone.
Hold on. Here we go. One more time.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that you can have a cruise ship filled with foreigners and they just dock at a port for an hour and someone has a baby, Jesse, the baby's an American citizen. They can vote in every election for the rest of their lives. They can be living in a foreign country and cashing welfare checks from American citizens. Our citizenship means nothing if it is open to everyone. The idea that you can have a cruise ship filled with foreigners and they just dock at a port for an hour and someone has a baby, Jesse, the baby's an American citizen. They can vote in every election for the rest of their lives. They can be living in a foreign country and cashing welfare checks from American citizens. Our Citizenship means nothing if it is open to everyone.
I think the biggest thing that he said right there,
Mm-hmm.
citizenship means nothing if it's open to everyone. The notion that first off, what he is saying is completely contradicting what America used to stand for.
Right.
America used to be the place that you could come and have your dreams come true. A place where you could thrive and grow a family.
Right.
A place where you would be welcome to have your opinion, be able to have your freedom of speech, to
Right.
be able to practice whatever religion that you decide to pursue, and to get happiness.
Right.
But you're saying, no, it shouldn't be available to everyone. And from what we've seen so far with this administration, they're trying to put a price tag on citizenship and who gatekeep who can become a citizen
Right.
and be able to dictate what a citizen is to them, not based off of what the founders of this country decided it to be. I think there is a whole lot of fear going on there. I've spoke about this on this platform once before, and I'm bringing it up again here. There's a replacement theory that has been put out there that who they deem as the majority will become a minority because of people being able to come into this country and become a citizen by birth. And it's here's the thing, like, this country was formed by people that are foreigners who came here and birthed people, a whole lineage of people who stayed.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me those people that came here birthed people that stayed with them while they were here
Yeah.
should not have any rights to become a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're trying to say, Stephen Miller.
Well, I want to shout out to Jesse Waters. He did a great interview, but Stephen Miller, I don't specifically agree with what you said. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't really like Stephen Miller. But I don't think that he really looks at what he needs to look at before he speaks. Show me the facts. How about you show me the facts, Stephen Miller, because you don't have the facts, and I do. I know more than you do.
Right. Because the facts that he's basing this whole thing off of is rooted in xenophobia, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
The fear of being replaced by a minority because there is more of them coming and they're having more babies than the majority is having babies.
Right.
And therefore, it's tipping the scale of power away from you being in power. He had more to say here. Hold on. I lost it. Let me bring it back. Bring it back now, y'all.
But this is absolutely a deep knife wound in the heart of the American Republic. Look, Jesse, I can step tomorrow onto the deck of a 747. It does not mean that I am the pilot of that plane and I'm qualified to fly it. Just physically being on U.S. soil does not make you a citizen or qualified to carry on or capable of executing the inheritance of this country. We have people from all over the world, from third world nations, nations that on their own would have never invented the wheel, let alone modern technology, let alone medicine, let alone air travel. And they can just come into the country, have a baby at a hospital, paid for by you and me, and then that baby's automatically a citizen. That baby can sit on a jury when he turns 18 and sit in judgment of you, and sit in judgment of me, and sit in judgment of our loved ones, can decide who our mayors are, our governors are, our presidents are. But this...
Wait a minute. No, hold on a minute. No. Okay, I don't agree with that. Okay. I don't. Okay, Stephen Miller. For one thing, I'm gonna say this, and everybody don't have to agree with me. This is my opinion. You need to step down. You've been there long enough. You've been there long enough. You've been way there too long for me. I don't think that you know what the heck you're talking about. So I better, it's better if you keep your mouth shut and don't say anything else, because I'm heated tonight, Tyrone. I apologize, but that's just.
I don't mean to get people's boiling, get your blood boiling, but this should make you think.
Yeah, well, it's my blood is definitely boiling.
It should let you think about some things. You know, for me, I put myself in Stephen Miller's shoes for a second. And I sat there and thought about where is he coming from with this rhetoric.
Mhm.
And as I started to pinpoint through time where it's coming from.
Let me ask you this. And I don't mean to be upsetting anybody, but let me ask you this: is he a Democrat or Republican?
He is a Republican.
Okay, I don't agree with. Okay, first of all, I don't like Republicans. I don't agree with.
He's actually a part of this Trump administration. He's like an advisor of sort, and holds a role in the cabinet, man. Like,
okay, so I didn't know that, Tyrone, but now I do.
He's also the author of, one of the authors of Project 2025. Like, it's.
Well, see, anybody that has Project 2025 and a project, anybody that affected me publicly, I don't like that. So I don't like Project 2025. This is my opinion. Tyrone knows how I've been affected by it. So I've been affected heavily by it, Tyrone. So myself and my health and stuff like that. So I don't really like anybody in this current office, or whatever you want to call it, presidency. So if you're a part of Project 2025, you guys are going to get a rude awakening coming to you in November. I hope and pray that we have a lot more D's. I'll call them the D's. I don't want to say the word on it. We have a lot more different people in office in November. But I don't really like anybody that's in this government, to be honest. Especially Donald Trump, because he signed everything they signed for. He goes along with it. So I don't agree with what he's saying. That's just my opinion. Sorry about that, Tyrone, but we can move on. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Lady Virgo says hello to you, Dustin.
Hello.
She also says to Mabir, no, they actually put special metal beams to stabilize it, and it will remain holding up. Wow. talking about the building with the Apple Store in it. Amir says, I agree. Canada is getting xenophobic too, which is laughable. We are a huge melting pot of ethnicities and cultures. Our nation identity is multiculturalism, whether certain folks like it or not. That is something that the United States of America sought out to do. Eventually, like the tragedy was this: the United States was formed by pretty much the worst of the worst, kicked out of England. When they got here, they saw, the land is good. Kind of similar to what they were told in the Bible. You're like, a land of milk and honey. Let's take it. And that's what they did. They took it from the people that were already here. And then they claim it's our land. And then now you're trying to gatekeep after letting people come in. Why are you trying to gatekeep? It's because you're losing grip on this country. You're losing power over this country because the face of this country is no longer looking a certain type of way.
Right.
It now looks very colorful. It's now more inclusive than it has ever been.
Thank you.
And inclusivity is a bit scary to people because when it threatens your power, diversity, in which it is, equity is distributed evenly, meaning the person that is down the street that don't have a car, that live in a townhouse, is your equal to you living in a $500, $1,000 mansion. And you don't like that. Why? Because you feel like they should stay down there. They shouldn't be able to rise up to the next level. Why? Because that threatens your power. That threatens your status. That threatens every leverage that you ever had in the room.
Right.
You're no longer the richest. You're no longer the smartest. You're no longer the most popular person in the room now. Now that status quo is challenged. And therefore, people are no longer listening to you.
And therefore, they don't like it.
And you don't like it. It hurts your feelings. Your feelings are hurt right now. Because why? This nation was able to raise up from nothing its first African American president. And he did a doggone good job with what he was given. And you don't like it. I didn't like it when he was in charge because he made it hard for me. I didn't like it because, he made me pay more money than I was used to paying. I don't like it. And I don't like people like that. And so I want to take back control. That's what we want to do. Right?
Right.
But the problem when you do that is this. When you stunt and stop the growth of these people, the whole entire system shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Productivity does not continue.
Mm-hmm.
There is no innovation. Heck,
Kind of,
Stephen Miller, you brought up the fact that
kind of like,
airplanes were created here
kind of
in
like
this
what?
country. We wouldn't have had that unless those guys came from another country, which they did, here, and found the resources here to build their life here to allow for man to fly around the world.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have got there without it. Automobiles were not invented by people that were birthed here.
Mm-hmm.
The elements, all of the ideas that go into a car today were ideas of foreign people who established their residence here and expanded their families here.
Yeah, like Toyota. Company Toyota, whatever the brand is, Toyota, I think. Mm-hmm.
Cars wouldn't be as innovative as they are without foreign influence. We wouldn't have tacos, we wouldn't have pizza, we wouldn't have spaghetti. Because what? Dumb farmers from England didn't think of it when they came here. Heck, they didn't even bring cheese with them. That came later.
Right.
The idea of hamburgers came later. The ideas of French fries. French fries ain't even a France cuisine. For those that didn't know. But America embraced those things, nurtured and spread it all over this country. Buffalo wings wouldn't be what it was today without somebody getting a brighter idea to do with what was left over. This country wouldn't be what it is today without UK, England discarding their leftovers and throwing them here. And what was so funny to me is like there are people who are so naive, and I'm gonna call them naive. I refuse to call them stupid and all of that, even though there's an element, there's a case for it, to believe that tacos is an American thing. So American that they can do bad without the originator of taco, which is primarily Mexican. It's a Latin cuisine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Caribbean cuisine, like, and then you look down upon these people as if they are less than, but you like what they provide for you, but you don't like the vessel it comes from.
Right.
It is hypocrisy at its most. And I wanted to bring up this aspect of hypocrisy, the whole hypocrisy of this country of ours, the United States, being a Christian nation.
Sure.
There's a pastor who people, he was rather spicy about this one.
Who is that?
This is Pastor Lauren Livingston.
Can you make it bigger, Joe? Can you make the picture bigger? Any bigger?
Let me see if I can get in there. I'm zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Sorry to interrupt you. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
There you go. That's better. Where to go?
Oh, wait. Let me back up. There we go.
That's better. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Pastor Livingston had a lot to say about this nation being a Christian nation.
Never been a Christian nation. You don't live in one now. We had godly people get on boats and come over here so they could worship. Godly people. We've had the greatest Bible preachers in the 15, 16, 1700s. Godly people. Some of the people that constructed this country, godly people. But it has never been a Christian nation and never will be. A Christian nation would never have killed and displaced 20 million Native Americans who are still left out and living in poverty. A Christian nation would never have thought that owning slaves was pleasing to God.
Right.
Or that it lined up with Scripture in any way, shape, or size.
Crazy.
And we not only practiced it, but we were so obsessed with it that we went to war about it. We had a civil war. And in that civil war, 500,000 Americans died. That's more than Americans that died in World War II or any other war we've ever had. Our own Civil War, we killed 500,000 of our own people so people could have the right to own other people as property. There has never been.
When I tell you I saw this clip, I said, "Oh, Pastor, you have told the truth on this day, and yet still they not hear you."
Right.
And the reason why they can't hear him is because it is in direct conflict with everything that they have been taught, know, and love about what they have seen America to provide to them.
Mm-hmm.
This country glorified the possession of other people to do your work for you for free.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in for a second. That's what slavery was. And they chose certain passages in the Bible to justify it. You're talking about people that learned about the Bible after they got here. Yeah, there were some Christians amongst them. There were priests amongst them, those who practiced and studied amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Something that stood out to me. And I'm going to fact check myself. But, okay. The United States was technically formed in 1776, right?
Correct.
That's what they deemed the United States to be the United States, even though there were colonies here well before that, back into the 1700s, right?
Right.
Slightly, maybe just slightly over 100 years prior to that, in 1611, the King James Bible was published.
Mm-hmm.
So you trying to tell me they came across these waters?
Right.
Everyone holding a Bible with them.
Mm-hmm.
100 years after it was first published? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't tell me that when they were still performing rituals here. As you know, some people may believe that was witchcraft. I'm gonna fact check myself on this one too. So let me bring this full circle to everyone. So the King James Bible was first published in 1611, right?
Correct.
The Salem witch trials took place in the colony of Massachusetts between 1692 and 1693.
Mm-hmm.
A nation founded on what again? I think not. Absolutely not. You can't claim that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're going to tell me that Columbus discovered this place in what, 1490 what? 92? He saw the ocean blue. What? Ho. That was before the King James Bible.
Right.
Make that make sense. If we're going to be historically accurate, Stephen Miller. Absolutely wrong. I'm sorry to go deep on that, but
You're okay. We needed to hear that kind of.
the harsh reality is to swallow that pill. Yeah, the vast majority of people here in this country right now are Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there had been an expansion of Christianity and many denominations
Right.
had followed. But the bigger thing, like this pastor said, y'all wouldn't have slaughtered all of those Native Americans the way you did if you were a Christian nation, right?
That's right.
You wouldn't have robbed and pillaged the coast of Africa to bring people over here and trade them for money and then put them to work as your slaves. You wouldn't have done that, like this pastor said.
Mm.
We wouldn't gone around the world in the name of this country under God, claiming we're protecting our interests around the world, we wouldn't have this whole ordeal that's going on right now in Iran if we were a Christian nation, a true Christian nation. No, we wouldn't have done all that, right?
No, because we wouldn't have time to.
You wouldn't have time to that. No, because you would be doing Christian like things. So I say to Stephen Miller and those that are on the side of this whole conversation that America was founded as a Christian nation, that's hogwash. Now, did America become a Christian like nation? Yeah, I will say that. And it's because of Christian folks doing good things to pave that whole movement of Christ forward. But yet again, when we want to talk about us being a Christian nation, this next clip kind of shows our skirt a little bit. I'll let this young lady cook on this one quite a bit with this one. Shall we?
I don't like cowards, and I damn for sure don't like white supremacist cowards, so let's expose some of the white supremacist cowards that marched through DC on July 4th, shall we?
So if you don't know what she's talking about regarding people marching through Washington, D.C., you've lived under a rock. On the 4th of July, while everybody's supposed to be celebrating America's 250 years, there was a group of mass individuals that went around the city marching and riding the subway trains and the buses to get around the city, carrying American flags and other questionable items. And what I found funny was these people desired to spread terror and fear amongst the people and garner attention from the people to display their hatred for everyone that did not look like them. But yet they hid their faces from everyone with sunglasses and masks and baseball caps. Cargo pants and shirts was their uniform of choice. And they call themselves the Patriot Front. What I found funny was some of them are getting exposed by this young lady. And hats off to her for throwing their names out there.
Zachary Platter, 36, of Bloomington, Indiana. Christopher Polhouse, 38, Louisville, Kentucky. Jonathan Wallace, 25 years old, of Wayne City, Illinois. Bruce Sharp, 56, from Ocean City, New Jersey. Paul Gallo, 21, of St. Louis, Missouri. Matthew Dwyer, 37, from Oldenburg, Indiana. Brian Hale, 45, from Springfield, Ohio. Robert Virtue, 36, from Shelby, North Carolina. Eric Adam, 29, Sanford, North Carolina. Nicholas Fisher, 34, Wendell, North Carolina. Damon McKee, 26, Plattsmouth, Nebraska. John Miller, 28, Gallipolis, Ohio. Keith Efline, 51, from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jonathan Schlosser, 35, from Eau Galles, Wisconsin. Spencer McChesney, 29, from Oldenville, Alabama. Daniel Aspen, Mount Olivet, Kentucky. Parker Burek, 26, from Petoskey, Michigan. Tristan Hudak, 37, from Peyton, Colorado. Matthew Morgan, 40, from Hickory, North Carolina.
These are people from across the nation. And just in case you didn't see any of the images, no worries. I got another clip. This one, actually, I have to bring in here by copying the link. Yeah.
Patriot Front crashed America's 250th birthday, and they took the bus to do it.
We are Charlie.
What in the socialism is going on here? Come on, public transportation. Yesterday, this video of the Timu clan went viral, and I wanted to know more about these people. So I did what any reasonable person would do in 2026. I went straight to their website, and conveniently, they laid out their entire agenda on an FAQ page. Thank you, Patriot Front. I watched every single one of these videos, and before I personally gouged my ears out from what I was hearing, here's what I found. A lot of y'all were saying that they wear masks because they're cowards, and I completely agree, but let's hear what they have to say about it.
Anonymity is a vital right in the exercise of free speech under a government that has proven itself not to care about the First Amendment rights of those protesting.
No black jurors. Let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. Patriot Front crashed America's 250th birthday, and they did what any reasonable person would do in 2020.
Hang
They
on.
wear masks because they're cowards, and I completely agree, but let's hear what they have to say about it.
Anonymity is a vital right in the exercise of free speech under a government that has proven itself not to care about the First Amendment rights of those protesting the state's actions in service of an international agenda. Anonymity protects the lives and efforts of those speaking out against tyranny and promotes a selfless quality in messaging. We are not doing what we do to gain fame or profit for ourselves, but simply for the fact that it is right. Our activists can be anyone. They are the American everyman in revolt against intolerable conditions.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? He virtually tried to normalize their behavior. Absolutely tried to normalize it as much as possible, diminishing the real true nature of what they're doing. Like it's phenomenal. That's where it usually starts. Frankly, that's what happened with slavery. They minimized it and normalized it and then spread it far and wide as much as they could. Essentially building a cult-like following. Lady Virgo says, it is, I think it's ridiculous. The news said that they are going to continue moving forward with the construction, talking about the building. Yeah, they're actually going to continue doing that. It still seems so dangerous, in my opinion. Absolutely. They shouldn't be doing that. Mamir says, oh, that's good. A lot of people would be displaced if it falls. Whew. Yeah, I agree. Preserving the space so people have a place to be and instead of being displaced is good, but let's make sure it's safe. Mayor says, I heard the building had over 7 fines. Ooh, each over 35 grand for safety violations. Does Trump own it? Yeah. Um, I would question that because of his nature and how he moves as a super and a owner of many condominiums from back in the day, and he let it run down to the third world country status. As I'm not going to dive into the shameful he should be, but he's not because he doesn't care. Lady Virgo says, my mirror, a lot of people are still displaced. Says, oh my gosh. Only a few buildings and businesses people were allowed to go back in. Man. Sorry to hear that. Wait. Well, actually, I kind of do know that. They just don't call it tacos. Mamir says, did you know that the Lebanese invented the taco? Aha. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. How they shared that idea amongst the Spaniards. It's, hence where we got Spanish from, because Mexicans didn't originally speak Spanish. You know why? Mexicans, like born there Mexicans, they weren't known as Mexicans at that time. Really, truthfully, because the name came about much later. Believe it or not. And, this is why they have dual culturism there. Mayan culture versus Mexican culture. Go figure, right? It's quite interesting that the Mayans, the indigenous there, to this day, they are still teaching that, in certain families, certain regions, they still hold on to those traditions and teach from those traditions, teach the language and everything, because it's a whole different language from Spanish. And then over the years, Spain Spanish is not Mexican Spanish. Go figure. Just like when you go into the islands, there's different dialects and different words based off of the cultural influences within the region. Like the spaces that were conquered by Italians kind of speak a little Italian. The spaces that were conquered by the Portuguese are speaking Portuguese. That's how it kind of works. And so it's why we speak English here in America, because, they brought it with them. And then you have the nerve, the absolute nerve to come out and say they need to assimilate. Anywho's, Mabir says, Lady Virgo says, Mabir, oh no, sis, I haven't heard it. Was one of the jobs I'm building so far. Oh man. It must have been. I didn't hear about this building, but from what Dustin said and what you guys are saying, it is a mess of a mess. I hope they fix it. Mamir says, wasn't USA just fur traders? Yeah. As I think about it, yeah. Um, yeah. Just for traitors and persecuted Christians at first, yeah. Absolutely. Not only did they send the persecuted traitors as the people that committed treason versus England here to America, as they call it. They also sent their mentally ill, the grapers, the robbers, the murderers. They sent all of the worst here because they felt like this country wouldn't be anything. It would be a prison. And it wouldn't grow to anything because there's nothing worth anything there. That's why they sent them here. Thank you, Mamir. Thank you so much. Mamir says these are great topics tonight, TD and Dustin. I am really digging this conversation. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Mamir.
We're just doing we're just doing what we do on a weekly basis. But thank you. Me and Tyrone will work hard on this show every week.
And he says Patriot Front.
And
we work very hard on the show every week, so we take a lot of
because of organizations like this are.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Tyrone.
No, you're fine. I was trying to fast forward this video clip of hers. I thought the audio was off, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say what you say.
Yes, we do a lot of work on the show together on a weekly basis. So you know, I mean, we are a team over here, and I have some special. I have a special show planned in the next few weeks. You know, it might be an emotional one, but it's one that is very close to my heart in the next few weeks. Probably won't be next week, but the week after next. That's one. Because we have a birthday live on next week, but I'll do it. I'll do it the week after next week. Mm-hmm. It's very close to my heart, Tyrone. So it'll be the week of the 16th, like, not the 15th, but the week of the next week after next week.
What is that? The 22nd, 21st, 22nd. Yeah, I think it's the 22nd. 22nd, yeah, July 22nd, y'all. Coming at you. So this leader of the Patriot Front, unknown to a lot of people, he was the only one that was unmasked in Washington. And he's been placing himself as the face of the organization. He actually what is laughable is all these videos and, like I said, trying to normalize all of it. This is what he said their stance is on race. The placement of races into hierarchy order.
Races into hierarchical order is not necessary for a nationalist or patriotic view of the world. It can even be counterproductive.
Oh, well, this is starting off well.
All Americans are descendants of the European race, whether they be of the founding stock of America or later assimilated elements from Europe itself. Foreign races have never successfully assimilated en masse into American culture and nationality. The truth of who is an American has not changed.
Yikes. Look, for people like me who are not descendants of Europeans, what does that leave us? He says Europeans and their descendants are the only true Americans. Do you think he left out any context there? I'll give you a hint. The people who were already here before Europeans arrived and slavery. But let's move on. He talks about repatriation.
Mass immigration must be halted and reversed with equally massive repatriation efforts.
Which is another way, in my opinion, of saying he wants minority groups to go back where they came from. And okay, I mean, I'm happy to go back to Atlanta, Georgia. Anyway, everything he says, in my opinion, is a very roundabout way of saying no coloreds allowed. If you see this video, please leave a comment and hit like, because I already know this thing is about to go triple platinum in the Patriot Front group chat.
Yeah. Shout out to the this young lady for putting this video together. The images of seeing them ride the bus and the train in Washington, D.C. is laughable to me. It's absolutely laughable to me. In addition to the fact that they're trying to normalize their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And when you normalize it at this degree, eventually it takes wheels. This is how we got MAGA.
Yeah.
And quiet as it's kept, a lot of people don't realize this. Patriot Front is a branch from MAGA, honestly, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm gonna say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have the Patriot Front without MAGA. You wouldn't have MAGA without the Republican Party. You wouldn't have MAGA without the Tea Party, honestly. And how far off the wagon are we going to go with this?
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate question I'll have with it. I'll put it out there. Like, how far off the wagon will this go? Because
however far they want to make it go,
here's the funny thing about this. The Tea Party is the extremeness of the Republican Party. MAGA is the extremist of the Tea Party.
Right.
The Patriot Front are the extremists of MAGA.
Right.
And believe it or not, somewhere wrapped in all of this is the KKK.
Yeah.
Silently pulling the strings behind the whole thing, as what people are saying, because the ideology of the KKK has been pushed through the entire wave of that party.
Mm-hmm.
And the question becomes, what is the next level of extremists within that? And when will we stop it? When will we stop it all? Because honestly, I feel like the next level is going to be far worse and way more extreme.
Do you think it'll ever stop, Tyrone?
No. And I have to kind of quote Thanos on this.
I'm glad that you and I are on the same page.
And what I mean by Thanos from Marvel's Endgame, Thanos from 2014, as he said, as long, and I'm paraphrasing, as long as there are people who remember how things once were, they will always be a threat to what people are trying to do, to undo what once was. If that makes sense. So the premise of it from Endgame was Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and the crew went back in time to undo the snap that their Thanos did to kill off half of all life. To balance that, our heroes had to fight tooth and nail. And somebody had to be the sacrificial lamb to end it all. I don't think the caliber of Democrats that we have today are at the level of being willing to sacrifice themselves in parallel to how Iron Man sacrificed himself to save the entire world. I don't see it. Therefore, I believe what will end up happening is a full on out reset of our system as we know it, which means everything has to come down. The three branches of government must be torn apart, shredded, gutted. And for it cannot stand and be replaced. It cannot stand and be amended and tweaked. It must be eradicated completely and for something new to come from it. The part that I am more afraid of is the power struggle that will come with that. Because everyone is going to be fighting to have control.
And when do you see this happening, Tyrone?
I feel like this is what will be the aftermath of us going into the next decade. In the 2030s is where we're going to be seeing all of this start to kind of take fold. It might not look like anything in the beginning, but as we move from the 2030s and the 2040s and the 2050s, this current iteration of our government cannot stand because it's not functional. It's not. And I hate to say it, Donald Trump has shed the light that this government is not functional. And that in that sense, he is the trumpet that's sounding the alarm to say, hey, this government can't stand. It's not gonna survive. Honestly.
He did it, not me.
Because it can't survive under its current strength. The strain and struggle of the powers that be within this United States government, it's toast to me because we've been teeter-tottering so long that I'll say this. We lean heavy Democratic under Biden and Obama. And to tip the scale in the opposite direction, Trump had to be the one to do that. Because none of the candidates over there had the just they just I can't even say it off my tongue. Like, he just had the it factor that they were missing as a party. And this is why they completely we're not worthy. You are in charge. We'll do whatever you say. And they don't even realize they gave so much power to somebody that doesn't care about anybody but themselves. All for a win. Y'all did it to yourselves. Now, good luck with trying to get that power back from that man. I wish y'all the best.
Good luck.
Good luck. Because y'all let them have it. And frankly, I'm sorry.
Right.
The only way that y'all gonna get that power back from that man, y'all gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to go possibly do that over in a theater booth. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Booth. Go back to your history books if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Mamir said the guy that captained the boat on the first voyage to Canada was 8 great grandfather. What? He was your 8 great grandfather? Oh my gosh. That is history. He knocked your 8 great grandmama up. Oh man. But ditched her, of course. But there's a marriage certificate. Oh my. Talk about history for you. Wow. Mamir also says the only form of government that has never been tried is now that is quite interesting. Mamir. Anarchy. Yeah. I'm almost at a point where I think we should give it a whirl. Yep. Give it a whirl. Let's do it. We are made in the image of God after all. We should be fine. Man, Mamir. Ooh-wee. You said something right there. We all should be concerned a little bit with this whole ordeal that's going on. Unfortunately, a lot of people have gotten to this phase. I believe they're absolutely numb to everything because it's just too much. We're overstimulated by everything. And frankly, I think we got bigger problems. The bigger fish to fry. Like the fact that people struggle to count money. I don't know if you guys had seen this clip, but there's a clip of people going around trying to count money, and the struggle is real. Hold on, where's my audio?
20, 50, 61. So you got 1761, 1771.
How much money is it?
It's probably like 27 something.
What do you think it is?
It's maybe 2760, 2650.
How much money is it?
I bet $26 and $26.40.
How much money is it?
$26, 25.50, 55, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn.
How much is it?
$26 and some change.
How much money is it?
18 something.
18 what?
17.58.
How much money is it?
$17.36.
How much money is it?
Shit, bro. Bro, I don't got no vocabulary, bro.
What they got to do with vocabulary?
But like vocabulary, like that's in my mindset, like what I can handle, like what I know, bro. That's not in my vocabulary.
Can't handle it. It's not your vocabulary.
Like 26. Ooh, shit. Yo.
These are the people that are voting or not voting. They can count them dollar bills, but when it comes to that change, there's a struggle like no other. And Donald Trump had talked about trying to get rid of coins altogether because he was looking at the cost that it was costing the United States to mint coins. And so he thought to himself, hey, I can make me a Donald Trump coin, a physical coin in which people could, it might be super valuable one day, until they were like, no way, sir. No way. You're not doing that. Our education system is failing bad. And eventually what I do see happening is we will become a primary bill society. Coins will be gone. Eventually. Like I do foresee that happening.
What I see happening, Tyrone, is I see us being a cash society. You know what I mean? You mean what? I see. I see it being a cashless society, and I believe that we're going to be using our debit cards, our debit cards and our credit cards solely in the future. That's just my opinion, because I have been told it by a lot of people, and people also that's included in my company as well. They see us being a cashless society, and we will be using our debit cards and credit cards fully for everything.
Even more than that, like this administration is trying to push the envelope to have our currency backed by cryptocurrency. this country is currently backed by the gold standard, gold bars. I feel once they do achieve the goal of having replaced the gold standard with cryptocurrency, it's a done dollar. Like we talk about the middle class and the upper class and the gap of wealth in this country. It will become astronomical when you tell somebody that the cost of a carton of eggs is going to cost you a digital coin. The purchase of a house is going to cost you hundreds or thousands or millions of digital coins versus dollars. The wealth gap of this country is going to go from here to off the screen, off the chart. Why did you say that, TD? Why do you think that? Because you got to think where we are in the wealth gap right now. The people that can't afford to purchase a Bitcoin at $50,000, how are they going to afford to trade dollars in for digital currency to buy gas? Honestly, we've been on this slippery slope for a while. Honestly, when we switched from being a cash and coin society to credit to digital transfer, the building blocks were already there. Now, those that will be able to survive will survive. Those that can't, they're going to struggle tremendously. And unless there are people that will be in place to help bridge that divide, to soften the blow, it's not going to go over well. Now, my spirit is saying this is something that will transpire in the 2050s. Because we got a long way to go in terms of things regarding the issues surrounding our government infrastructure. We shall see. I'll tell you like this, my spirit has not failed me. Not yet. When I'm on one, doggone it, I am on one. Lady Virgo says, Mamir, I totally agree with you on the thought of anarchy. Yes. When I think about anarchy, I literally think about the movie The Purge. And because of movies like The Purge, there are people that are glorifying that already, in which they're going out practicing all kinds of stuff to be able to do all of that, in which they saw in a movie. Because to many people out here, what they see in a movie is real, and they believe they can get away with it because they saw it in a movie. It is so reminiscent of those bank robbers who saw the old westerns of bank robberies, who then went out and decided they were going to bank rob themselves. The pair duo robbers of Bonnie and Clyde. People saw those movies and thought, I can do that too. People in this world, man, I honestly believe Stephen Miller and people like him saw these characters on TV and in movies and believed that they could do the things that they did because they put it in a movie. It was on TV. And therefore it became a reality to them. Speaking of reality, this whole thing with allegations swirling around dearly beloved Senator Mitch McConnell. I've been on the fence about this, whether or not to bring it up as a topic in the first place. And here we have a person that, to be honest, climbed their way up the ladder of success, got drunk on the power, the fame, and the fortune, and refuses to let it go. Because they know how hard it was to get it in the first place. And to release it scares the living daylights out of them. Honestly, this gentleman had just been a placeholder the last couple of years. Hadn't done really anything significant besides cause pain and turmoil with their rhetoric and just holding on to sheer power and control because they could. I know there are people out there like, he should just let go and let God. But at some point, I started questioning if he even really had any reverence for God. And all I can say to that is whatever relationship Mitch McConnell had with his God, that's his God. I let that lay with him and let that go as is. Mitch McConnell, I believe he has served his purpose and served his time here on this planet. Do I wish him death? No, I do not. But the shenanigans that's going on surrounding this whole ordeal of him being what they have said on social media, a vegetable clinging onto life until whatever powers that be decide to do what they want to do to ensure that control doesn't switch from the left hand to the right hand or the right hand to the left hand, whatever hand it's in. I don't know. I don't care. Y'all are hurting the American people with all of this. The American people are the ones that have been suffering from this. And we know that you don't care. And frankly, I'll say this, Americans, stop caring about this guy. I know it sounds harsh and it can sound a bit unchristian, but cast the care of Mitch McConnell into God's hands and let God deal with them, not you. That's my stance on it. Cut it, chop it, clip it. I don't care. Spread it. I said what I said. We cast Mitch McConnell into your hands, Almighty Father God. Whatever will you have for him, it's your will, Lord. Amen. I feel kind of complete. Dustin, was there any other things that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up about the Nancy Guthrie case if I could.
Oh, yeah. Let's get in. Let's do it.
Yes.
I wish I had the soundbite from Law and Order. The dun dun.
That's okay. I think that, okay. It's been a very long week for me, okay, because I have a lot of information that I did not expect to have this soon. NBC is trying to kick Savannah out. I mean, when I say out, I mean without a job. So I don't think Savannah's contract is going to be renewed. At the end of it, I think she's got 2 more years left of it, because I think they're trying to push her out right now. And I've been told by several people within the network. So I'm saddened to say that I think Savannah's days are numbered on the NBC show. And I think they're trying to find a replacement. They're trying to push her out immediately. They've been trying to push her out ever since this has happened. I don't think it's right to push her out. I don't think it's right what they're doing to Savannah Guthrie. I don't think we're going to see Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show much longer. And I hope that we could stay prayed up within this event, within the Guthrie family, because the Guthrie family needs a lot of prayers right now. I think there's going to be a lot of changes with the Today Show in general, especially if Savannah does leave. But I do feel like she's going to leave because I think they're forcing her to leave. Last week they said that she needed to take a leave of absence. And when they say they need to take a leave of absence, then that's the way to me. When they want her to take a leave of absence, that's the way to me they're forcing her out of her contract, because she had a breakdown on the Today Show several weeks ago, and of course, unfortunately, it's been under investigation. But I think they're trying to force her out, and I want to know what Tyrone thinks of this situation.
I feel right now horrible that I feel horrible for her for this.
Well, can I ask you? Can I make
definitely felt that was coming, and it may come sooner than you're thinking, Dustin.
Right.
Because of the pressures of everything.
I understand.
You know, everything surrounding the status of the family and the misinformation that's online, to the ratings of the show, to
They said the ratings of the show. They said the ratings of the show was at 12% higher, when she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently, when she came back, apparently the ratings went down again. So, yes, I do. I stand with Savannah Guthrie on this situation, but I do stand with the network as well. I understand where they're both coming from, but honestly, I do stand with the Savannah Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie has been through hell and back, in my opinion, and I think that she don't deserve to lose her job over this. But I would be very saddened to say that I think it's going to happen very soon.
Yeah. I feel like this might end up being the bombshell that drops in. It might be tied to the bombshell in August. So to address I won't call it a pink elephant. I'm gonna call it a different color. There's a yellow elephant in the corner of the room regarding her and her visibility publicly, meaning on the TV show, on social media. A lot of viewers still kind of have their eyebrow raised at this whole situation with the mother, especially with the fact that the last person to see her alive
was her brother.
And a lot of people are like, I wonder if y'all are involved. How involved are you guys? And a vast majority of people within especially the last week or two, with the information that has gone back and forth from the FBI and everything regarding this case coming out, everybody's back on this wagon train of like, you know more than you're telling, lady. And we're kind of like side-eyeing your whole situation.
When you say side, you mean side eating the whole family?
Yeah, everybody is looking at the whole family like, I'm not sure if I can believe you on this whole thing. You know? And it's like, I say to those folks, like, why carry this out this long then? Without any sort of update that moved the case forward. Why draw it out this long if the family was involved?
Sure.
Why go public with it? Because make it make sense. Like, you have somebody that is on TV every day, that's in your face every day, that you guys welcome into your household when you turn to that station and watch them every day. What benefit would they get from this by being involved in it? Zero.
So let me ask you this time around. And I'm not trying to keep you very long. I'm sorry about it. If I keep you a little bit longer, sorry about that. Okay. So let me ask you this. Okay. So apparently you've seen this before. Apparently you've seen this coming before I did. So how long have you seen this coming down the pipeline? How long do you think it's going to
Back in March, when she was talking about coming back to work, I was like, I don't know, lady. I don't think you should go back. This is a little too soon. Okay, you're going to go back soon. Okay, well, that's just going to possibly tip the balance to you having an early exit. Let's wait and see. I've had a few theories about some things in May and last month in June. I feel like the more she shows herself on TV, it angers whoever it was that did this to her mother. And NBC is aware of it, and she's aware of it, and her colleagues are aware of it. And the fact that it hasn't gone away and there's no resolution to what's going on right now, I feel has become a liability to the network. And the network is like, in self-preservation, we're going to ask you to part ways.
Well, they asked her to take a break. And she said, "No, I'm not going to." So in order to get rid of me, you're going to force me out.
Well, I mean, they have their ways of forcing you out. You know, we've seen it happen countless times on these networks. We're not new to this, Savannah. And I'll say it like this: hey, Savannah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Know when to fold them.
Let me ask you this.
So,
do you think if they get rid of her, do you see her taking a break, or do you see her going someplace else?
Just knowing Savannah, she loves the industry of journalism.
Because to be honest with you, I see her going to News Nation. That's just my opinion.
It's possible she could go to News Nation. It's possible that she could become something else entirely. It's possible that she could end up with her own talk show.
I don't see that happening.
You know, the Savannah
If
Company.
you do, I don't see it.
Like it's a number of possibilities out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why I say News Nation is because I heard about some rumors about her going to News Nation. So,
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move to go to News Nation. The question will be, does News Nation really have enough room for her personality to flourish?
right.
Like, you can have her on the roster, but will she flourish in that roster of people that's over there at News Nation?
Right.
That becomes a even bigger question on that. Hang on one second. I'm actually gonna pull up who they have over there right now.
Who at News Nation?
Because I mean, well, I'm pretty sure she'll end up clashing with Chris a lot. As long as she keep her distance from Chris Cuomo, I think she'll be fine. But I don't know, because it's you got some big names over there already. You know,
Yeah.
I think. I mean, hold on. I'm actually gonna pull this up on the screen.
Yeah, because I like to see it. I like to see it.
Here we go. Ladies and gents, these are your anchors and host over at News Nation, the top three. Of course, Elizabeth Vargas, Chris Cuomo, and
Katie Pablo.
Katie. Oh, Katie. There's a lot of people that like Katie.
Yeah, I like Katie. I love Katie. She's an awful host.
And then there's a good number of people that like Chris too, because you know
I do like
he brings a little humor to the stage over there.
But I also like the lady in the middle. I also like that lady in the middle.
Nicole is
Nicole Burley.
yeah, she's a fast up and coming anchor over there. Let's see who else we have here. I don't think I've seen these guys. I don't think I've seen Hannah. I don't think I've seen Lauren or Marty.
Hannah is the new host of News Nation now on the weekend.
On the weekends, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly see clips of News Nation here or there. I don't really watch the network broadcast.
Right. Well, I don't. To be honest with you, I'd like to see two more people exit News Nation, and I would say who they are: Chris Chris Cuomo and Elizabeth Warren. Yes. I mean, I don't really see it. Chris Cuomo being with him much longer, and I don't see really Elizabeth Vargas being with him much longer. That's just my opinion.
I mean, those are big household names when it comes to News Nation. Like,
Well,
they drive ratings, man, like high ratings over there.
I don't see him lasting much longer.
To see two of these big three go bye-bye from News
Well,
Nation.
they did the same thing to Ashley Banfield. Ashley Banfield brought ratings.
Man, you're right about that.
They replaced Ashley Banfield with Katie Family.
Yeah.
Now Jesse Weber's he's an also. I like him a lot.
I think I've seen Jesse. Yeah, I've seen Jesse. Jesse's cool. I wish we would get more of him. Honestly,
He does it at 11 o'clock at night during every weekday.
Yeah. Those are the upfront guys. Then you have the Chicago crew here. It's quite interesting. Bunch there, and then you have the Washington D.C. bunch. And then you have their contributors from all over the country that go out throughout the world, bring news into. They bring them in every now and then as their expertise on panels. Like Lindsay here, she's one of their panelists that I've seen.
Ashley Banfield's on the list of contributors. I didn't know that.
I've seen Sean Spicer out there a few times. And then Lauren Wright there. Lauren Wright has been out there as well. As a big time contributor. These are their correspondents. I want to say I've seen Marcus Espinoza in a different market. Everybody knows this guy.
Oh God, I can't.
Mr. Rivera. He's been one of those people that you just shake your head at every now and then. He'll say something brilliant and then he'll say a whole bunch of stupids afterwards. You're like, get this guy out of here. I didn't know Megan was a podcaster. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Megan who? What's her name?
Medic.
Oh, I didn't know she was.
Yeah, she's been out there as a voice for a while, man. I didn't know she was a part of News Nation. Okay, that's interesting. They have an interesting bunch over there at News Nation. I'm happy for them. I'm still on the fence about them though. Like, I want more diversity as far as their stories go. That's just what I want. My desire for them.
Okay. So do you think that there could be a possibility that to go over there?
To throw Savannah up there, it's a possibility that she could get approached by a News Nation. The question is, how far up the roster will they put her? And how quickly will they put her up there? In terms of what space? Because Savannah is the type of person you have to have a purpose for them,
right,
to be there. If you don't have a purpose for them to be there, it's no point of having them there. It's to me how CNN started to feel about Don Lemon.
Right.
They didn't really have a purpose for him to be there at some point, and it just to throw him up there, just to throw him up there to fill a slot, didn't benefit them in their eyes. And that's why he became, discardable to me. The problem was they thought that by discarding him, that would be the end of him. In fact, that actually allowed him to flourish even more now. Like on social media and YouTube, man, this guy is
he is
on a whole nother level now, and I'm happy for him. This is something that Roland Martin, and I know a lot of people didn't like Roland Martin, but what he was saying is the independent journalists can thrive more now than they have ever done before.
Right.
Because of the extensions of platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and even Facebook. Like I'll say Facebook is a great extension to reach audience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great potential out there, and I would like to say hey out to Robin. Welcome in, my dear. Glad to see you here tonight. Don't worry, I didn't check the climb clock for you. I know you were here, in and out, because there are many, 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 many things that are popping on Wednesdays in my time slot of 8:30-ish. Which had me thinking for a while. I was thinking like, man, I should change my time slot, man. I'm bumping into people's TV show times, man, at 8:30, man. But I stay on quite a long time, man, 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more. And we have interesting time of conversation here with Dustin here. Occasionally, some of you guys may come up and join in the fun. Like I appreciate.
Like I said, on July 22nd, I will be having a special program because I have a story that's very close to me and very close to my heart as well. That I think that people need to know more about, and it is mental health. Mental health is very, very emotional. It's very needed, and I think that we need to have a conversation about that. Because actually, I lost a friend. I lost a friend a couple of years ago. He died he died in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will share that story more to that as well on July 22nd. He was actually one of my coworkers at Apple, and he was and he was very close to me. He was right next to me, and he was always by my side. And actually, in October the 5th, it will be 3 years since he passed away. And I think that we need to bring more talk on mental health to the platform, because I think that mental health is very important, not only to me, but it's to Tyrone as well, and it should be spoke about a lot more.
Absolutely, man.
On a public platform as well.
Yeah, man. You guys come back here next Wednesday. It'll be my birthday.
See you next week. See you next week.
July 15th is the day. Yeah, we're coming together to celebrate me. Yay!
Yes, we're gonna celebrate Tyrone.
It's going down, y'all. It's going down.
Anything special going on next week, Tyrone?
I haven't even thought about it. Like, a coworker of mine mentioned my birthday. It was like, why you didn't tell me your birthday was? I wasn't thinking about it. Like, until it crosses my mind, I'm not thinking about it. And so, as far as what I have planned to do here, I don't know. I might come up here and play my saxophone. I don't know. You never know what I'll do. I don't really plan anything too far in advance anymore, because I used to plan out this show super down to the T of I had a roll call list of stories that would take me 2 hours at max to put together, and I was like, this is a lot of work to come up with this show. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm totally not do that.
I have to say, I love the new platform, Tyra. I love the new layout the show goes. I think it's the best the platform has ever been. I love this way that you fixed it. I love the way it is, and I hope it continues to be this way.
Yeah. I definitely, going into the fall, what I love the most will be football. I will be bringing that as a topic. Like, I didn't really follow basketball as much, and I'm not following baseball. But when it comes to football this fall, I'm going to be week to week. We're going to talk about some of these football games up here, man. And I'm excited about that.
I can't wait to do that because I love sports. So.
No, and I low-key been missing it because so much has happened.
And the Buffalo Bills are getting a new stadium this year. So
yeah, man.
I can't wait.
I'm happy for that, man. Like,
I can't wait to talk about the new stadium.
Like, the Bills needed a stadium a long time ago.
as you can see, my new profile picture has their new.
I see
logo,
it.
Has their new logo on it. Has their stadium on it, and I can't wait to get the new stadium going this fall.
I'm excited about that. The Ravens and everything that they got going on, the new uniforms, the new coach, the new players that have joined the roster from the draft. This draft was a good draft class for everybody, honestly.
I think they drafted in August, isn't it?
No, they just had it back in April. The NFL draft. But everybody starts reporting to camp this month, in the next couple of weeks, in order to get ready for preseason coming up. And then all the colleges are going back already, man. college football is about to get on its way in the next 30 days, y'all. And it's going to be pretty exciting to see what happens this fall with the road going to the National Football Championship. And then I'm also very excited to see what happens this fall with HBCU football. It's something else I will be bringing here to the platform as well. I am a HBCU grad, South Carolina State University, the most recent HBCU football champion of this past fall. And I'm excited to see what those guys do again coming in this fall as well. Shout outs to SCSU, South Carolina State University. Go Bulldogs. Woo, woo. And man, hopefully we don't have any screw ups from this administration where sports is affected by it. If y'all know what I mean. TSA and all that stuff. Like, leave them people alone. People, no government shutdowns this fall. Thank you. Lady Burger says, oh, wow, that's so cool, TD. Props to you. Congrats, sir. Y'all. It has been a night. People, beautiful people, I thank you for joining us here. You guys can follow Mr. Dustin Butler here. His Facebook, Dustin Butler. Instagram, Dustin Butler 700. And on TikTok, Dustin Butler 24 is how you find him. You can follow me. I am Mr. T.D. McCollum. Instagram and TikTok. Facebook, I'm not really there anymore. Although I do have a Facebook page. Don't look for me there. Instagram, TikTok is where I be. And here on YouTube as Unveiled Vibrations. You can search either name. I should come up. Musically, I have my songs out. I have been itching to do more, but I've had the most insane amount of writer's block, and it's killing me. I will eventually break it, but that's another day. You guys can follow us on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. ish, where we come together, have the prayer devotional with myself, JoJo Speaks, Prophetic Fire Reiki. Shout out to JoJo Speaks, who will be here live tomorrow night for Hot Topics. So join him there live on JoJo Speaks, and then you can join Dustin and JoJo Mondays. Mondays live for their commentary over the 98 Free Ounce and more. When is Life After Lockup coming back up?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay. And those who missed it this past Monday on Prophetic Fire Reiki, we did a review of the Polygamous from Netflix. You guys can check that out. Yours truly was there along with JoJo Speaks, and Miss Bianca Edwards was there for the conversation about the hit show, The Polygamist, on Netflix. It looks like season 2 is around the corner for that show. So we're going to watch that as well. And we'll get back to you on how we feel about it. I forgot to tell you guys. I've been watching X-Men 97 and have been enjoying it to its fullest. Those that are Marvel fans, I would say this. Lock in to your Disney Plus. Check out X-Men 97. There are 4 episodes out of the 9 that they are releasing available for your viewing pleasures. Last week they dropped 3. Count them 1, 2, 3. And I was going to talk about it, but I ran out of time. Just like I ran out of time tonight. I might have to dedicate a complete show to that. Because, oh my gosh, there's so much going on with that show. And I also recently saw the Supergirl movie. Wanted to give my little 2 cents on that. Overall, I say it was a decent movie. Was it the absolute amazing movie that it could have been? Not really, but it was good for what it was worth. That is my take on those. Upcoming at the end of this month is Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I am very excited to see. I will share my thoughts next month on that once I do see it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. See ya next week. 8:30. Same place, same beautiful faces, same bat channel. All right. Bye-bye. Subscribe! Subscribe!